Let us all stand on the shoulders of Zakayo, on the shoulders of Kasongo. Let us push Kasongo with a warning. We need to enlist Aviator as part of the illicit drugs. There are drugs a very huge penalty. Because number one, people who do not know me well, who have not had a chance to sit with me, think I have two weird characters. They think, number one, they think I'm a drunkard. They think that I am among those people that sit in the bar throughout, drinking up to maybe early morning or late night. Kenyans will be shocked to know that I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol. They will be shocked. I don't drink alcohol. The last time I was in a bar or nightclub is maybe 2 years ago. Yeah? The second thing that people think I am that kind of a person, maybe because of nowadays I have melted down. I'm trying to be a bit modest, to be a bit soft, because at times when people see you on TV talking authoritatively, you speak with the authority because you are talking on something that you understand so well. They think to say that you are very rough, that I am that kind of a person who can just meet somebody on the road, then I just stop and beat you up. I am such a very sweet soul, you know. I am a family man. I spend 50% of my time with my family. Yeah. My firstborn daughter is doing Form 4, sitting for Form 4. Yeah. I think with such a girl in town, you need to be closer with them. You know?
You never put your family in public. Why?
I don't put my family in public because my family is not the one that chose to be public figures. It was my personal decision. And I did make that decision together with my family. Yeah? But that is my decision. I am that public figure. My family is very private. Yeah? My family is very private. My wife, the children, they are very private. We all agreed with my wife that it's good to share responsibility. So we share the responsibility that I DIDMUS or BARASA. I take care of our constituency, Kimilili, and make serious attempts to expand our territory from Kimilili to the borders of Bungoma County, and serve Kenyans in a next year as a national leader. So my wife takes care of our family.
So do you think we are going maybe to see them when during your campaigns, or it will still remain public?
They are, of course, during every time when I'm having functions at home, my wife is available. Yeah, the people of Kimilili have seen her address several gatherings, right? But I am not, and I will never be that husband that is obsessed by taking pictures with the children and family over nothing and sharing them everywhere. Of course, but of course, if things stand the way they are now, and the people of Bungoma are gracious enough, and the people of Bungoma allows themselves to be used by God to install me as their governor, And of course, the First Lady will have responsibilities. I will give her responsibilities. She will be running some programs in Bungoma, and I've even, I think by December this year, I am developing a program that she will run with it across the constituencies in Bungoma, so that by the time when we get to the elections, she will has also, because there is some part of a contribution, especially to the women, that is best contributed and done by a fellow woman. Yeah.
Okay.
So she will begin to run with it.
Yeah, Mheshimiwa, of course, you've had friends who bet, and recently tumesikia, of course, you'll take part in voting and bringing down Aviator. What's your take on that?
I think if we were to itemize things which ruins our society, of course, number one is drug abuse. So if we are to itemize and come up with a list that is ruining our society, where we say cocaine, number one, heroin, I think number three is Aviator. Number three is Aviator. And I think we need to enlist Aviator as part of the illicit drugs. There are drugs at very huge penalty, because if we continue to embrace Aviator, we will not have a country. We will not have a society. Do you know, young girl, you are very young. I think you should be around maybe 20, 21, thereabout. The future of our country doesn't depend on our constitution. It depends on our young people. The country is evolving because of the emergence of young people. That is a resource for our country. Countries that have regulated family planning to the level where they do not have a young population, they are regretting as we speak today. We must protect our young people so that we give them an opportunity in the next couple of years to drive our innovative agenda, our innovative and creative industry of our country. But if we destroy them now, this country will not have any innovation. The digital innovation that we are enjoying today as a country, the digital space, the very many digital applications that our young people have developed is what is making a difference in the management of our country. So we cannot afford to lose our young people. We cannot afford to lose our young people. We cannot.
Yeah, so that's, we call it a wrap for today. Hey,
Do you have anything to say as we finish? Patricia?
Pardon?
Okay.
Yeah,
Short.
I think my parting shot will be that I was privileged to come to the National Assembly and joined very many young leaders of our country I remember when I joined the National Assembly in 2017. That is the year that my compatriots in the WhatsApp group of young people like Babu Wino, Tidi Nyoro, Vincent Kawaya, Jicho Pevu, JK, John Kiari. We joined Parliament at the same time. And we formed and of course Johnson Sakaja was nominated senator, but then he was part of our group. Yes. Simbarati, Silvana Sosoro, we formed a small club. We did a lot of exchange programs, visiting our constituencies. We did a lot of meetings in terms of how we can make a difference for our country. Wherever they are, I pray for them, and I want to ask Kenyans from wherever they are.
Yes.
Of course, now we have been joined by very many other young leaders, Peter Salasia. I want to ask Kenyans, specifically the young people, the Gen Zs, the millennials, the Generation Alpha, that we are their top cream. They should nurture us. They should not be rebuking us. They should team up with us in terms of what further changes we can have in our country. And I think when push comes to shove, by 2032, I want to say strategically and prophetically, by 2032, when William Samoei Ruto will be retiring, we will be the one who will form the government.
So
and I want
2032, not 2027.
Not 2027. For you to be president of Kenya, you require a lot of networks across the country. You require a lot of resources. You must have been known from every corner of our country.
Yes.
So I want to ask them, as the young people of our country, let us all stand on the shoulders of Zakayo, on the shoulders of Kasongo. Let us push Kasongo. Let us give him another re-election in 2027 with a warning that when he will be retiring in 2032, he must be the patron of all those leaders that they were together with him in Kanu. The Kalonzo Musyokas, the Raila Odinga. All those people, they should be retiring.
Including our Papa Waroma.
So what I am saying is that as the young people, we cannot achieve what we want to achieve in one shot. It is a long process. Let us use William Samoei Ruto as a pointer to where we want to go and to what we want to correct and to what extent. Let us give ourselves at least 80 years to plan. Better the devil than an angel that we don't know. The devil that we know is Kasongo, is Zakayo.
So you
At least him, we have threatened and put him in a corner somewhere. When we said disband your cabinet, he did. When we said that I must have some Gen Zs in his cabinet, he did. When the young people said that Murkomen should not wear his very expensive wristwatch, nowadays I saw him wearing these watches wearing that cost around 5,000. And he no longer wears those expensive shoes. I saw him in some shop in Karen purchasing shoes that costed 2,500. So we already have a team that are threatened by us, meaning that they can listen to us.
Okay.
He dropped the finance bill. So I think what we can do as young people of our country is that we give William Ruto another term, 2027, so that we can have a plan to plan ourselves by 2032. Yeah? So that is what we need to focus on as a country.
To your people from Bungoma and the western part of town?
My people of Bungoma, I think I want to appreciate them. They have always supported me. They have stood with me. I offer myself as a candidate to run for governor with one aim: to allow myself to be used by God to to extend the transformation that I've done in Kimilili constituency to the rest of the counties, of the constituencies in Bungoma. When I was first elected as Member of Parliament for Kimilili constituency in 2017, there existed 18 schools that were mud walled. We had 8 schools that had no classrooms. The children were learning from makeshift structures woven by plastic papers. Some were learning under trees, like in Oli Primary and Chelekei Secondary School. Some were learning in donated church space, like Misihumeini SDA Primary School, Namahele Primary, Tarajamungu Primary School, that were learning under very old structures that were designed for administrative police unit. As young as I was, I came up with a plan. We replaced all the 18 classrooms, all the 18 schools, with the modern 8 classrooms, story buildings. We have revolutionized the educational infrastructure in the Kimilili constituency. We are completing a state-of-the-art model in the name of Kamkuya AC Primary School, where we are putting up a story block that will house 18 classrooms and administrative offices with the tiles, with cabro, and the refurbished extra 21 classrooms that were built in 1960s. Through an ambitious programs, we have completed rebuilding of Nakalira primary schools on a new site, from the site where the classrooms that were built in 1950s sat, to a new area where we have put up an equal number of modern classrooms and a storied administration block. And we are moving a notch higher by ensuring that all our primary schools, whose buildings were erected in early colonial times, are refurbished with the tiles, with the ceiling board, with well manicured garden, with cabro from the gate to the parade square. We're there to dream, we are dreaming. Not just dreaming, but we are providing a reality. It's not about age, but it's about critical thinking. It's not about an individual. It's not about the sins that we commit every day, as the Bible says, but it's about how we can expand our ears to listen to the public problems and craft specific solutions, specific policies, specific problems that solves those public problems. Those who rise against me, we are not new. Even Jesus Christ, some people connived to kill Jesus, the baby Jesus, when he was born. Herod instructed his army to look for Jesus to kill the baby Jesus. Herod instructed the army to kill any baby boy that was born at that time, because the wise women had hidden Jesus somewhere. The Herodes of Bungoma who rise against me, God will begin to pay them one by one. You saw one Herod marching into the EACC offices not to have tea, but to record statements and aid the EACC investigations in what is facing him: plunder of public resources, abuse of office, nepotism, and very many other things. So the Herodes of Bungoma, God is exposing them one by one, one by one. They should not focus on what those Herodes say about me, but they should focus on the extent that God is using me to provide infrastructural facelift in community constituency. In the next 3 months, we will have completed a modern Huduma Center. That will be the best Huduma Center in this country. The Huduma Center that will serve the people of community constituency, the people of Tongaren constituency, the people of our Webuye East constituency, Webuye West, and Kapchai constituency. Absolutely. So that is how we dare to dream, that's how we are dreaming, and that's how we are delivering on our promise. So, what made me to become a member of parliament is because I saw people suffering, going through very many problems. And I felt, what can I do to be part of the solution of this problem? That's when the desire to be a member of parliament was born in my heart. So I ran and I won. So as a member of parliament, I have patronaged the CDF to do what we have done in the community constituency. I have also realized that as a member of parliament, you only confine yourself to the 3 constitutional roles of oversight, representation, and that there isn't much you can do in terms of providing further solutions to the problems of the people. So I have realized that for you to be able to provide 90% solutions to the problems of the people is that you must be the head of government. So I have 2 choices to make from. Either run to be president of Kenya and provide solutions for the Kenyan people, or run for the governor of Bungoma and provide solutions for the people of Bungoma. So I have looked at the capacity that I have and say, let me begin to dream slowly. Let me begin by making one step at a time. I made one step that led to where I am today as a member of parliament for Kimilili from 2017. I am going to make yet another step by running for the governor of Bungoma, so that I can be a blessing and a benefit to each and every person that lives within the territories of Bungoma County by being able to provide solution to the problems that the people of Bungoma go through. And for the first time, Bungoma will have a governor with a deputy governor who would not only be a deputy, but will also be a CS, so that we can share responsibilities in terms of going forward.
Who do you have in mind as your deputy governor?
All the people of Bungoma, regardless of where they come from, their age, have an equal chance of becoming a deputy governor. So when that time comes, when that time comes, I can't focus on who will be my deputy now. What I'm focused on now as a leader is I am focused on putting together my manifesto that I will unleash. So once the manifesto determines the type of a deputy that one requires. So now I am, I've come up with all draft of my manifestos. I'm beginning to engage experts one by one to ensure that my manifestos are workable, they are implementable, and that they are not in conflict with the existing county government laws.
In your manifesto, kindly include that electricity should be wide in Bungoma County. Mostly in where I come from, Kabuchai County, Kabuchai ward, constituencies, so there are so many places that are missing electricity.
Of course, but most importantly, I am a believer of what we learned in Standard 1 in the old 844 system about what is the basic human needs. What does a human require to survive? What do we need to support life? Once that one is achieved, we will move to the next tier of needs. There is no need of providing a tertiary need to an individual who would not even have a basic needs. So we will first focus on the basic needs. What are some of the enablers of basic needs? Things which can enable a person to get basic needs. The support system, the support systems. And I think devolution is best implemented by first focusing on the enablers of basic needs. We can expand the basic needs to not just limited to food, clothing, and shelter, to include education, healthcare, and agriculture. Food, clothing, shelter, education. Of course, in terms of clothing, government is not going to buy clothes for the people of Bungoma. But there are those things which we can enable. There are those enablers that will enable the purchasing power of the people of Bungoma to have their money and buy their basic needs. So that's where we are going to focus on. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time.